Hello, once again, Amazing Blue fans. It's almost time again, so of course I got my pregame video for Michigan versus Maryland. So as always, like, share, subscribe, and I appreciate everyone for subscribing to my page as we're kind of winding down to the end of the regular season, and just I appreciate all the love in the comments. So I'm just gonna keep it going for you. But Michigan versus Maryland. There's not much to say about Maryland. They're not that good of a team. And their starting quarterback, I believe he's injured. He may be in, or maybe Ryan Brandt. So either way, it doesn't matter really. It should be an easy win for Michigan. It should be something like the game against Minnesota. So there's not too much to say, but I just want to talk about what Michigan needs to do, because this game is like a prep game for Wisconsin and OSU. Like that's all this game really is. Now, in other videos, I know you've seen me talk about how the Michigan running game it's getting on point, but we have to take it with a grain of salt because we're playing bad teams. So you can't take you going for 200 or 400 yards. You can't take it too seriously because you're playing bad teams. When you're playing a team with as much talent as we have or more, then you're gonna see a different running game and everything. Like it's gonna be different. So we can't get too hyped up about what we're seeing out of the running game, which brings me to my other point is we have to get the passing game going somewhat. It's crucial. Peters has been in the game, and it's been, I know if you saw my other videos, my last couple ones since Peter's been in, it's been check downs, screens, and one or two comeback routes. That's not gonna cut it. And it's been irritating me real bad because we have to get this kid ready for these two games. Wisconsin will be pissed off because we beat them last year at Michigan. We beat them last year barely. And OSU is always ready to give us a butt whooping, or, they're going to be ready for us regardless. Like, whether we're 0-10 or whether we're undefeated, they're going to be ready for us. So it's crucial that game like Maryland, Minnesota, they should have been throwing that ball. Once we got up to a certain point, they should have been throwing that ball. But it has to be done. You have to get this kid ready. Maybe even let him throw the ball, so maybe he turns it over, not hoping that he does, but if he does, it's better that he turns it over, gets that first pick out of the way, so you see how he reacts, how he comes back onto the field, how he gets back in the groove after the pick, while we're playing somebody that we're going to beat regardless of if he throws 2-3 picks or not. So you want to get those stripes under his belt. Like, these are teams we can try to throw on. We're running it down their throat. That's good, but our running game is going to be what it is. To me, that's just what I think. It's going to be what it is. It's going to be good against bad teams, and it's going to be decent against good teams. But the passing game is the difference maker. And that's what we really need to work on. Our offensive, our pass blocking. Like in the Minnesota game, Peters took a monster hit, blindside, didn't see it coming to the last second and just got walloped. Almost had a concussion. He may have had a concussion, but he's so hungry to be the starter. I'm all right. But the pass blocking, like, we got dudes that they get confused so easily. It's unbelievable how easily our offensive line gets confused, but they're young. So, but it's just crucial that we get that offensive line, the pass blocking better, and try to get our running backs on page pass blocking, or whoever you're gonna have back there. Hey, if you have to put a tight end back there to block, or a fullback, Khalid Hill, whoever you have to put back there to block, get them back there. Excuse me, because pass blocking is crucial. Like, you have to have that good pass blocking. And you have to get this, like, when you only throw sideways, you don't intimidate the defense, and they can basically dictate what they want to do. So it's crucial that we throw down the field and see what this kid is made of. Like, and I've heard some people say, "Oh, they're just hiding what they're gonna do for OSU and Wisconsin." They're not hiding that much, because you have to see what he can do and how he reacts to those bad situations. Let him get that against teams that we're going to beat regardless. Not when we play Wisconsin and we see we can't run the ball. Now he has to throw, and he hasn't been in any situations like this. And when you have to throw and you're not used to it, bad things happen. And then all of a sudden you look up at the score. It's 30-7. It happens that quick when you don't have a running game, and now you're forced to do something that you don't want to do, that you're not used to doing, and that you haven't done well all season. So with us having Peters in there, a guy that will actually step up in the pocket and keep his eyes downfield and make throws, can make those throws, get him in some sort of a rhythm. Like, he hasn't gotten to get in any type of rhythm since he's been in there in these 2 games. They're just running the ball, and that's good. It's good that we're running, but we're running on bad teams. So I'm trying to warn people. I'm worried about Wisconsin and OSU with this passing game. Like, it's worrying me. But with that, I want to say, Tim Drevno, he is the offensive coordinator in pass game, because we lost Jed Fish last year, this coming year, to UCLA. That's why our passing game and our offensive coordinator and all that, it looks so much different, because Jed Fish, he did all that, and he's in UCLA right now. That's where he is. So that's why everything's look different. People say, what's up with the offense and the play calling? That's why. Drevno, it's obvious he's nowhere near the offensive mind that Jed Fish was. So with that said, I'm looking for Matt LaFleur. Harbaugh needs to try to get Matt LaFleur from the LA Rams. Those of you that don't follow the NFL like that, the LA Rams had one of the worst defenses. Worst offenses that you can see. Like, they wouldn't get basically any. He's came in there, and now they're putting up like 40 a game. The running back Gurley is back to looking like Todd Gurley. The quarterback, he's looking great. Like, they're putting up almost 40 points a game in the NFL. And it's just a great looking offense. Like, we need to get him. I don't care how much you have to throw at this dude. Get him. I believe he was last year. I believe he was at Atlanta, I want to say. So you know what? Atlanta went to the Super Bowl last year. Like, we need to get this dude from LA, from the Rams. Get him out of the NFL and bring him to Michigan. Throw whatever you have to do to get. That's who I want. But I've heard that Harbaugh may be trying to get his to move his son up to offensive coordinator, which I don't know anything about. He's supposed to be I think he's a running backs coach right now, and I can't say I'm happy with what I'm seeing from him with the running backs, especially on this pass blocking. So, I'm liking what I'm seeing from Higdon, but I've been wanting Higdon to play from the jump, because I've seen the explosiveness. When you got Ty Isaac back there and he's getting a 30-yard game, if Higdon is in there, that's a touchdown, as you saw last week. Ty Isaac, those 50 and 60 and 70-yard runs that we were seeing from Higdon, those are 30 and 40-yard runs, because he doesn't have that speed. Speed kills. So that's just what I'm seeing. As far as the defense goes, I just want to see the defense play more discipline, because Wisconsin, like, I know this is the Maryland video, but we're going to beat Maryland. So I just want to talk about what we need to do to get better for Wisconsin and OSU. So Wisconsin, we all know they're a power running team with great offensive linemen, big offensive linemen that most of them will be in the NFL by the time they're seniors and juniors. They're going to the league, and they have a rookie. They have a freshman running back, and he's a stud. He's a stud. Their quarterback, he doesn't really bother me too much, but if you're pounding it down a team's throat, you will have to worry about him. So I just want to see the defense be disciplined and don't over pursue so much. They over pursue a lot when it's a misdirection and things like that. They over pursue, and then they're so far out of position that bad things happen. So I just want to see them stop being so undisciplined on those certain plays, those misdirections, and when those cutbacks come. So like that's the only real problem with the defense. And besides that, one-on-one matchups with the safeties. Our safeties, one thing about playing safety, I've played some semi-pro safety, and there's one thing about safety. When you're playing somebody that's fast, which most wide receivers are faster than safeties, and I was kind of fast, but a regular wide receiver, he's gonna get on you quick. Our safeties are planting their feet, and they're not getting in their back pedal. They're just standing there, and they're just standing there, and the receiver gets on them so fast that it's too late. When you're a safety and you're playing a receiver in the slot or whatever, you have to get in your back pedal early to make up for the speed difference, because that wide receiver is going to get up on you fast. If your feet aren't moving, you are going to get burnt. I don't care if it's a slant, a go route, a post route, you're burnt. If your feet aren't moving, say goodnight. And I want to say it was the second play of the drive against Minnesota. Metellus, he didn't get his feet going, and Cannell, he does the same thing too. They'll just be sitting there and they'll try to get their hands on them. But you're already, for one, if you're 5 to 7 yards off, it's too late to try to get your hands on them and to get a real jam. Like they're trying to get real jams. One, it's going to be holding or interference anyway, because you're already too far off the line to be doing that. So if you hit them with a little one-hand jab, that's fine. But they're trying to grab them and slow them down like that. No. Be disciplined and get in your back pedal. If you can get in your back pedal and still hit somebody with a quick little stiff arm, you know what I'm saying, to put them where you want them. They're just flat-footed and standing there, and they're trying to get their hands on them. They're getting torched on plays like that. Luckily, Minnesota didn't go to it too many times. But that's just another take I wanted to say. Our safeties have to stop that, because I'm sure Wisconsin, Maryland may try to exploit that matchup too, because it's one of our worst defensive matchups is our safeties and covers. So Maryland, they may try to exploit it. Wisconsin, I'm sure they probably will try to, and I'm sure OSU will too, because Urban Meyer, he's no dummy. So they have to start getting in their back pedal and getting ready to get in coverage and not just trying to jam them too far off the line, and then it's a wrap. Like they're just trying to jam them and hope we get the pressure gets there, because we're probably blitzing or something. Like you have to go on and get in your back pedal and try to get into coverage and cover these dudes. But besides that, there's not really much to say. I just want to see Peters. I want to see the running game. Hopefully it continues, because Karan Higdon, he's running like I thought he could. He's running with anger and he's running with strength. So I want to see him continue that, because he's looking real good. And Chris Evans also, he's looking real good too. Next year, our running game is, if the offensive line continues to improve, our running game should be like top notch. But we just got to get the passing game moving somewhere. Like I don't want the passing game, our passing offense, to be a total waste this year. Right now, it's just a total waste. Wilton Spate, garbage all year. O'Korn, one decent game, garbage the rest of the time. Now Peters, I don't want him to just be he didn't do anything. The 2 games that against bad teams did nothing basically, and then we just get blew out against Wisconsin and OSU, and then it's just like we did nothing at all year with our passing game, like nothing. Like we got the kid in there. It's time take the ropes off of him. I don't care if we lose, but I want to see this. I want to see this kid moving towards something. He's the quarterback of the future. Let's get him. Let's get him going. Let's get him going. Like let's not wait. I know we're still in the Big Ten, but we're in the Big Ten championship hunt still. Like we still have hope, but we're not gonna win nothing without no passing game. We're not gonna win the Big Ten. We're not gonna beat Wisconsin. We're not gonna be at OSU because our defense is good, but they're not gonna keep a team from scoring at all. Like they're not gonna keep these top teams pitching a shutout. Like it's just not likely. Because we try out different things in the beginning of the game and we give up a couple points. Second half, once they've given all their cards out, then we kind of usually lock them down. But good and great teams with all that much talent, you're not gonna lock them down. Like it's not likely. Our defense is good, but they're still too young, so they make young mistakes. Now next year and the year after that. Like our defense may be shutting out good and great teams because they'll have so many reps under their belt and they'll have the depth and the talent all the way around. But besides that, I'm just looking for us to get this game is a prep game for Wisconsin and OSU. Like we have to get prepared for these games. Honestly, I don't care what happens the rest of the season. I just want to beat OSU. That's all I want to do is see us beat them and mess up their season and do something we haven't done in a while. Let's get it done. Wisconsin, if we lose to Wisconsin, we beat Wisconsin. It's time to beat that team down south. Let's get it done. Like that's all I'm worried about right now. Getting this team ready for them. Because they will fly around, and I want to get this kid ready because he is the future. Like let's stop. Take the ropes off of him. Take him off him. Let him throw that ball. Like it makes me so mad to see a top recruit you just wasted. Like why would a top recruit? I'm gonna be honest, and I'm gonna go on a rant for a second. I know this video's been a little long, but why would a top recruit want to come to us? And they see how Peters is being used. He don't even get to throw the ball. I mean, it's nice to say that, but we see Alabama blow out people all the time and have a bunch of rushing yards. But their quarterback still gets to play action pass it deep and gets to get his shine on too. Like nobody wants to play and they just handing the ball off every time. When I do get to throw, screen, throwing sideways. That doesn't even give your quarterback confidence, throwing it sideways. How do you gain confidence throwing it sideways? You don't. You got to throw downfield, man. You have to throw some balls downfield. And it's it's on the play, it's on the offensive coordinator. Because it's nothing to scheme a play to be one-on-one matchup. Scheme a guy open. He should be wide open. Boom, boom, there he is. Hit him. Wide. You know what I'm saying? It's just scheme. So this is honestly our offensive coordinator. He has to go. Like he has to go because you're not getting this. Our quarterbacks, like he's done such a disservice to our quarterbacks this year. Honestly, like it's one thing to miss throws and stuff, but it's another to just not have guys in position to be successful. Like put these young men in position to be successful. That's the biggest thing. And if you're not gonna do that, then You you can't. What are you on our coaching staff for? We got one of the highest paid, if not the highest paid coaching staff in college football. So if you're not the best at what you do, ain't no point even being on the team, on the staff. Because there's plenty of coaches out there that are scheming the hell out of offense. Whether that's a running quarterback, whether that's just the spread, whether that's old school power running, like they're scheming it. It's not that hard. It's just X's and O's. You either understand it and know how to get dudes open, or you don't, and he doesn't. So I'm not gonna be a homer and say, "Oh, he's our guy." No, he's not our guy. He's doing a disservice to our men. He's just doing a disservice to us. So I'm gonna keep it 100 always. But that's it. I'm not going to rant on it anymore. So I just want to see. I want to see him. Like, don't come out with that. Don't come out with that screen, nothing but screen game. Whether it's running back, wide receivers, like if you're throwing downfield and everything, like I don't mind if you mix in some screens, running back screen, wide receiver screen, tight end screen, but with downfield passing, not just screens in a comeback route. No, I don't want to see that. That's ABC offense. We can hire high school coaches better than that for offense. So that's all I got to say. It's Michigan versus Maryland. It should be an easy game, but this game is a game to prep for two top 10 matchups. So that's all I'm worried about right now. So as always, like, share, subscribe, and hey, go blue. Hopefully we see a passing game this weekend.